I was being coached to kind of do a similar thing, and I don't know, like these like levels of like rage were kind of unleashed. I have this desire to learn more about quantum physics.
What?
And how it relates to consciousness. And
Really?
I've never really, I've done a lot of stuff in the name of like healing and wellness.
Sure.
And I think that was the one thing that I did where I was like, this is actual witchcraft I'm engaging in. Not really, but like,
Today I sit down with Jennifer VandenHaute. Jennifer played Alice, a lead role in the movie we created, A Colorado Road Trip. We dive deep into how acting showed her how our bodies and minds can deal with energy, and how that idea led her towards yoga and eventually towards transcendental meditation. And we end with her explaining how she hurled into a Denver International Airport's baggage claim garbage can. Look, please consider supporting us. You can do that by purchasing and watching the movie we made on the JoyRec website. Just head over to joyrec.com, click the Watch Now button or click the ticket, and please, it would mean the world to us if you supported us in that way. Now, let's get into our conversation where we just started talking about Benji Dobrin. Benji is an acting teacher here in Denver, maybe the best acting teacher here in Denver. Jennifer studied with him extensively, which encouraged me to take a class with him. I did. It was phenomenal. Now, here's my conversation with Jennifer VandenHaute.
I think the first monologue I ever did was from Aaron Brockovich.
Oh,
and
nice. Okay.
I'd never seen that movie before. And
did you watch it, or
No.
did you deliberately try not to watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Deliberately?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I worked on this monologue. I brought it to class for weeks, and then I remember watching the movie after, and then you get to the part where she's delivering the monologue, and you're like, wow, it makes so much sense given like the context of the movie and everything, but it's crazy. My favorite part about Benji's class is just the scene work that everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone's given the exact same scene, and it can be tricky when you recognize like where this is from. Like, oh, we've all seen this. We all know what this is like. So he's careful not to like pick really popular scenes.
Yes.
But even when you would do that, everyone partners up and they make their choices on how they want to do this and what's the background of each person loosely.
Yeah.
You only have so much time to work on it, but everyone is just giving a drastically different scene and performance, and it fits into this other like this whole other story that they've built around it, and it's so fun to witness.
So I didn't take enough of Benji's classes to get as deep as I wanted into like his philosophy of acting, but from my take on it, it's like there's the initial reaction almost everyone would have to reading a piece of text. And then there's like going much deeper and kind of going beyond that. That's not the end point, that's only the starting point.
What does he call it? There's I forgot what he called it. There's like the initial event and the actual event.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, so initially, I don't know if it's initial event, but we'll go with it. But it's part of the actor's checklist. So if we looked up the actor's checklist, we could verify this. But there's what is obviously going on in the scene. Like say you're at you have people at a wedding and they're talking about a bride and groom and they're waiting for the bride to walk down the aisle. Obviously, like they're at a wedding. That's the situation. Yeah. That's the initial event. The actual event is, how are these characters feeling? What happened prior? Do you have like a couple where, there's tension because someone does want to get married and the other person doesn't, and so it's extra weird to be at this wedding right now. Like what's actually happening beneath the surface, and how does that bubble up? How do you make choices to reveal that?
Yeah, that's such a much more sophisticated way to think about subtext. Because like what is subtext other than like diving into all of those different nuances of what a character maybe thinking and feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like when I first got into acting, it was like you get a piece of text or a play or a script, and it's like script analysis. What do you know about this person? Where are they coming from? What kind of background did they have? What would be causing them to think the way they think?
Yeah, and that's all important too, but especially like Benji gets you audition ready, and when you only have a limited amount of time to take in something,
Yeah.
the actual event and making that choice is the first thing you're gonna want to do first.
Yes.
And as you work on a scene and continue to build it, you can figure out the rest of those things and the rest of those details. They're all important, but yeah, that actual event is gonna make the strongest impression.
Yeah. What was something you discovered about yourself that surprised you as you got into acting? I know it's kind of a big question.
Well, I think about it sometimes. I think about like my period of acting and going to classes every week. It was a big part of my life for a while there.
Hugely committed.
I got really into it, and I think that was the most surprising thing was how much I really enjoyed it and how I liked it. And seeing everyone in class, like seeing them go on auditions and book things and have agents, it never really occurred to me like, oh, I could do this too. And that was the biggest thing that surprised me because I just went to build confidence.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You didn't go to acting class going, I want to go be an actress.
No, that wasn't the goal or the intention.
It got you.
Yes, the bug.
Yeah.
It bit me and I was hooked. I was working a phone job, talking to clients all day about their finances, and sometimes they would be stressful conversations where it stressed me out. I had like maybe not as solid of a nervous system back then either.
Sure.
And I'm like, if I can't like feel confident in this job and feel at ease talking to people about, it's like a pop quiz every time you get a phone call. Like, what are they going to ask? Like, it's nerve-wracking.
And who knows who's going to be on the other side of the line?
Yeah.
Whenever I worked with like the public, if you will, the joke I used to make is like, people are crazy. Not everybody, just a small sector. But a small sector could screw up everything.
One person can really like ruin your day. So I wanted to learn how to not let it affect me so much and at least appear more confident at the very least, because there are things about myself that I have been able to recognize. Like I was painfully shy in high school. So I knew like I needed to be the kind of person I wanted to be. I needed to like push myself out of my comfort zone.
Bingo. Yeah.
And I remember when it came to like choosing a school, all of my friends, for the most part, were going to Michigan State University, which was 10 minutes away from home. Like my whole high school was going there. I knew I would be very happy like to be with my like peers. Close group of girlfriends like at Michigan State.
Oh my God, you've told me this. So you deliberately.
So I chose not to because I went to a school where I didn't know anyone. Like a couple people from my high school went there.
Whoa.
Because I'm like, I need to make new friends. I need to like learn how to make new friends. I need to be out of my comfort zone and just going a little further away. Something I felt like I had to do.
So your foray into acting was stemmed from the same sort of
desire to like
push yourself.
Yeah, to grow, to like feel more confident and comfortable in my own skin and all that.
Wow, that's right. I forgot you told me a little bit about this, and that's how you ended up at the college that you did. What do you think the results have been so far? Do you feel like that you're pushing yourself has actually expanded who you are as a person and like maybe what you're capable of doing?
Yeah, I think acting did help me grow a lot in a lot of different ways. I think the most special thing about it is just doing that like level of work with people, and it's the study of the human condition, right? And it's endlessly fascinating to me, and it's also fun. You could just go and play. And so I think like really diving into that creative expression was an amazing thing for me, but it also taught me a lot about like energy and like how this is all like an energetic transfer. That's what acting is. That's what any activity is to a degree. Like you're transferring some kind of energy. And so acting really kind of led me down this road of like tapping into that. Like, how do I control my energy? So it led me to like my interest in yoga and meditation now. And now I'm like focused in on that, and I get a lot of fulfillment there.
Yeah. Man, there's so many things to point on there. Just goes to show, like, without diving into any specific area right now, because again, what you just laid out is freaking beautiful. Like, I resonate with so much of what you just said. But how beautiful that we live in a world where we can experience this.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
I've used the term a lot. I know I've like used this to death of like getting into acting and improv to me was like taking armor off that I didn't even know was on me.
Wow. Yeah, like exposing like the deeper parts of you and parts that you didn't know were there.
When you go day to day and you don't have anything happen, which, oh man, what you've laid out is so beautiful and so rich. There's so much to unpack there, but just most people go day to day and nothing really happens. Things can happen, but like your day to day can often be so routine and so mundane that you become complacent in who you even think you are. Just your idea about who you are becomes solidified in this like glue or cement day to day.
Yeah.
And as you say, like when you do something like this, when you dive in and practice an art form like this, what it does is it challenges every aspect of what's been solidified.
Yeah, that's really beautiful too. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. The other thing that can challenge that, I'm so sorry. No,
that's okay. Well, I was just thinking of the last time I performed in an acting class. It actually was with Todd Babcock, he's another really great acting teacher in Denver. And I was only there for a month for his like foundational class, but it was nice because he just like gave all of us like a monologue and like a scene to work on, and he's like, "This is your partner. This is your scene. You guys will work on this together, and everyone's going to get the chance to perform this." And he was giving like, I remember doing this scene, and he was giving live adjustments like during the scene and telling me to like amp it up. It's that scene. Oh, what is that Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn movie? I'm blanking. It takes place in Chicago. But it's this like infamous like argument scene, and she's like really like drilling into him, and I was being coached to kind of do a similar thing, and I don't know, like these like levels of like rage were kind of unleashed in front of everyone, and it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really freeing.
Yes.
And it's cool when you feel like you've hit something, like you struck the right moment.
Yes.
For what the scene called for.
Yes. It's something. One of the most amazing aspects about that is it's something you didn't anticipate, or maybe think you were like, you didn't think you were capable of doing it. I don't want to double down, but
maybe not capable, or it didn't occur to you that like this was going to happen when you stood up to start doing this. Like
Yes.
you got wrapped up in the moment.
Yes.
And this is where it led you.
Yes. I freaking love the performing arts because of all of this. I know I've often said, like, I don't think there's anything more important to do in life, at least for me, other than exploring and then like sharing some sort of idea on the human condition, right? And the thing that I was going to say about people becoming complacent in their day-to-day life, every person on the planet is going to have something catastrophic happen to them at some point in time, probably.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, you know, as mundane as the day-to-day life seems, for everybody, they're going to lose a parent. They're going to lose a child. They're going to get, you know, engaged. They're going to go through a divorce. They're going to get an illness that wasn't planned.
Right.
Right? Like catastrophe is waiting for all of us.
Yeah.
And what I love about the performing arts is it gives us an opportunity to explore that before it happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's profound. We can explore that before it happens. Or even like after some of that happens.
Oh,
like, I don't know.
yeah.
It's been a while since I have acted. This was the last project that I did. And I do think about, like, I think about it frequently, what it would be like to try and go back to acting, like go back to a class, try and perform again.
Yeah.
Because a lot has happened, like, since this movie.
Yeah.
Like, one of those, like, catastrophic events, you know, divorce, that was really hard for me. That was, like, a huge grieving process for me. Yes. And I think about, like, what it would be like to re-enter performing arts, having had that experience.
Yeah, I've had, anytime this topic comes up, I've on occasion have had people say, like, you know, being someone who's experienced more of life, how does that shape or change your view on the performing arts or like acting? Because, like, it is true that someone in their early 20s has not had the very visceral experience of some of these things until they've, you know, and when they experience them, it will change them.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean like because obviously people still like can portray these things that have never happened to them brilliantly. But I do wonder what that would feel like, and what, I don't know, because I think those experiences, like the highs and the lows, all bring some sort of like new intelligence to you.
And
that you can later express.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what's so beautiful about acting, because like everything we're talking about is like looking at the condition of what it means to be here on this planet right now. You know, like experience here and what you experience continues to shape who you become as a person, or can, or I think of people who like have been in, you know, maybe some sort of early on, some sort of really unfortunate situation or something, right? And how influential that experience would be for them, and how that might shape, you know, the way they see things. You know, it's true for individuals. It's also true for society as a whole. Because, like, if you think of, and I don't want to get into politics. This isn't an entryway into politics, but like geopolitical things that happen in the world can shape an entire view of a culture, of a massive group of people. The thing that I was thinking of is like how the silent generation really lived their lives in the shadow of the GI generation during World War II. Like it completely shaped an entire generation of children that had older siblings or parents that were in a, just a horrific war.
Yeah.
And then that thing could be extrapolated out in so many different ways across like everyone, all the people on the planet.
Yeah.
Super fascinating too. Sometimes, what do you think? Do you think nature and nurture, what do you think makes us who we are? Because so far we've been talking about how we're shaped by things, which would make it more nurture or whatever. You know what I mean? But like,
I think both play a factor. I don't know what the scientists say. I think the scientists also say both to a degree.
I think you're right. Yeah, 100%.
I think nurture was maybe more of like a popular line of thinking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've just heard so many parents talk about like the personality that they see in their children from such an early age. And I think that is something innate. I mean, what can you be doing that much differently? Like when a baby is in the womb and like brand new to the world, like what are all the variables that you could really be doing to shape this person? Like there are things, but like I think that we do have these personalities, but nurture, of course, like plays a huge factor. And like where you're born is also gonna have like a huge impact on the course of your life and what opportunities you have.
You reminded me of how many parents are like, they have two kids and like they're complete opposites. They're like, what did we do?
It's like same parents, even like twins. A lot of twins are like. I was talking to my friend recently about this. We were talking about astrology and all of that, and she was like, I have a hard time believing in all of that, like in astrology or entertaining it, because I have a twin sister and we could not be more different.
Oh, wow.
So, when everyone's like, oh, it's not just your sun sign, it's your moon and your rising and your Venus and all these things. Like if you're pretty much born at the same time, like all those are going to be the same. And I thought that was really interesting.
Wow. That's crazy. What do you think, what are you excited about in life? Like, what do you think about? So the beautiful thing about acting is it never goes away.
Like it'll always be there. Like they need people of all ages to be in things.
So you can kind of step out, step back in, step out. I think the thing that like excites me the most is how gripped you were by the experience, because I know what that feeling is like. And because I had the same exact thing happen to me, where I was just like blown away at like exploring some of these ideas. And so it just excites me that this is something that can change and develop and grow as you continue to enter different chapters in your life.
So what am I most excited about?
But I didn't want to put you on the spot. I kind of backed off of that question. But what do you got? What are you excited about in life right now?
Oh, right now, well, I'm excited to move in with my boyfriend, Chase. That's coming up real soon. So looking forward to that, and we're gonna garden. We're gonna try and grow some things.
Like food, like stuff for vegetables, that sort of stuff.
Maybe probably some veggies, at least maybe some flowers. We'll see how it goes. He's got these like gardening bed boxes on his back patio, so that'll be fun. I have this desire to learn more about quantum physics.
What?
I mean, and how it relates to consciousness and
Really?
yeah, because there is like scientific evidence of these higher levels of consciousness
Yeah.
and where we draw from this source,
Yeah.
kind of like how Rick
Yeah.
Rubin describes it.
100%, right?
Yeah. So I want to really understand that better. I want to be able to talk about it.
Yes. Quantum physics. How could you go about learning more about
I
this?
don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to try and listen to some audiobooks, maybe read the actual books. I like an audiobook, though. I like a podcast. I like an audiobook so I can clean and walk and do things. I'm not just like glued to the couch reading. I like to be on the go. So, just reading some more books.
I feel like maybe this idea stems from like, again, if you're like me and you think one of the most important things to do, because I think one of the most important things I can do while I'm here before I die is to explore and like share ideas about the human condition. And honestly, if you were to dig just a little bit deeper into that, you get into like, what is the human condition? Like, why does it even exist, right? And not to be like religious or like, is there some sort of, but like one of the, I think I've mentioned that every time I start talking about this, it gets into this philosophy. But I know I've mentioned this before, but it's like one of the craziest things about being here right now is not knowing why we're here. Like ultimately, like we can look around and say society says this and like this is what I'm supposed to do and I have to go to work tomorrow, and you can get caught up into that. But the more you philosophically start driving in and asking the question of like, why do we even exist? Like,
Yeah.
it starts getting fun because it gets crazy.
Yeah.
And we ultimately cannot know. I mean, no one living has been able to figure this out. It's almost like we're almost tortured by the idea that we will never understand why we exist.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of pressure. At least I felt that pressure for a long time of like, why am I here? What am I supposed to do during this life? How should I spend my time?
Is there purpose?
Is there a purpose that I'm supposed to fulfill?
Yeah.
And you can get really stressed out about that if you don't really feel like you've found that or you have that. But I think there is some, I don't know, I think I try not to think about it too much. But like I have found like some level of peace with it where I'm like, I think that I'm just meant to focus on my own little corner of the world. And I think that you can make that really great. You don't have to serve some corporation or
there has
cause.
to be this big thing of like, this is my but it
Yeah.
could be, what you're saying is like, it could be small. Like everyone is carrying maybe their own purpose and like.
Just being a good steward, being a good neighbor, being a good friend, being a good coworker, being as kind to myself as possible and learning as much as I can. I think that's the real thing is we have to keep learning.
Yeah. I'm curious. I kind of want to know more about your yoga life because you strike me as someone who isn't just doing yoga for just the health benefits.
Yeah.
Like you there's very much an emotional, maybe a spiritual, I don't know, but like there is
I think a little bit, yeah. I think it's funny. I don't know when I first started going to yoga, it was just a block. The studio was a block away from my place, so I just started walking down there.
Yeah.
And I would usually go after taking a little bit of an edible. And this place, like it was usually at night, and yet all these lights on the ceiling, and it looked cool, and it was always like a very fun, like bliss out experience for me.
Yes. Classic Colorado, by the way.
Yes, yes. I don't really do that as much anymore.
Look, the
but
studies on having THC in your system while you're exercising have been kind of remarkable. I mean,
really,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what we would call science. I mean,
The
anyways.
the science says.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
That's like how I started going, and it was just a really fun thing to do. So I did that a lot. But then I just started really liking yoga. I liked the studio I still go to. Like great teachers and really great community. The classes are challenging too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to a yoga class and it's like, okay, I need a little bit more here.
Yeah.
But
What's a little bit more mean? Does that mean you're talking about like
a little more intensity, a little more
yes.
heat, maybe a faster pace.
But like we're talking like burn maybe.
Like some
thinking-
power yoga that that's something that my studio will do.
Okay.
But really just like I think a lot of the instructors there's kind of an assumption. They say it's beginner friendly, but I think if you are a beginner, it's kind of challenging. A lot of beginners show up and they're like, "What was that?"
What was that? What was that?
And the instructor's like, "What? Wasn't that fun? You did great." And they're like,
You're like shaking as we're walking down the stairs.
Yes. There are some classes at that studio that I would say, even like I see God in those because I'm like about to like pass out. Like you're doing like push-ups, like like you're in chaturanga. It's like do 5 push-ups, and I'm like, okay. It's a lot, but
yeah. So how has it evolved?
Okay. So it used to be this fun thing I do like pretty high, but I just
love that. I just love that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I kept going,
Yes.
and I just noticed. I felt like it was a way for me to get a little more in touch with my intuitive self.
See, that's fascinating.
There were some things in my life that like I could no longer ignore, I guess, anymore. And that's kind of where like the spiritual side of it like took me. It helped me come home to myself a little more. And there are great lessons that come from yoga as well. Like there's a big part of like yoga philosophy that you learn about like the more you do it. Or if you go through like a yoga teacher training, that's really where I learned about yoga philosophy. But there's these things called like yamas and niyamas, like things that you should maybe try to avoid doing and things that you should really embrace. Like, trying to think of an example.
Would you describe it as a sort of like a radio wave that you're like kind of tuning into, and all of a sudden you start to kind of go, oh, this is how my body or my spirit or my mental state, this is like you start like being able to like hear the radio wave in a way that maybe you weren't listening to it quite as closely before?
I think not exactly, but I think it helped me embrace uncomfortable situations like on and off the mat more.
Okay, yeah.
And I think when you do take care of your body in that way and you engage in these practices and these exercises, you do start to have some really strong like mental effects and some stronger resiliency, I would say. I remember
resiliency, that's a great word.
Yeah, well, I remember when I did like my yoga teacher training in 2023.
Where was this again, by the way?
This was in Bali.
Yes.
It was amazing.
How long?
Yeah.
A couple weeks?
Mm-hmm.
That's
it was
amazing.
Like a 25-day program on this like little island, New Bogan. It was absolutely beautiful. The yoga shala was right on the beach.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better.
No.
It was awesome. Yeah. Incredible experience. And there was a lot of like turmoil I was personally going through, like when I started the training. A lot of things that I was trying to heal from, I guess. But I just remember my brain was just kind of like noise. It was very I just felt like a lot of noise all the time. And towards the end of this training, I started to have thoughts again. I started to like have observations and talk to myself. Like I remember it just really, I made that connection when I was just walking one night and I look up and I see a shooting star and I say to myself, wow, a shooting star. And I'm like, did I just have like a clear and organized thought, like a normal thought to myself? Did I just talk to myself and have this inner monologue? I like got back to having an inner monologue instead of just this noise.
Just to put context on this, we all, and I have all of us, and this is that thing I was saying, like every day seems mundane until it's not, and something happens. And for me, one of the most traumatic, one of the most like earthquake shattering moments in my life was when my mom died when I was 16, right? And I can relate to what it's like to go through something traumatic, and it's almost like for periods, long, vast periods of time, you could be in like only fight or flight. It's just like survival mode mentally. And without diving into stuff personally, because I know who you are, I know a lot about like things that have happened to you in life, but you were, about the time that you were doing this yoga retreat, you had experienced for quite a while a fairly, quite a challenging chapter in life that we all will have gone through, will go through, may have to face again.
At least half of people will go through it.
So like what you're saying about like, because it might sound a little strange to be like, after this yoga retreat, I'm walking, I look up, I see a shooting star, and I say to myself, my God, I just saw a shooting star. And then you say to yourself, my God, I just had a thought.
I have a thought.
That could
an inner monologue, that
could sound crazy to people, but when you have experienced something really, just difficult in life, you have one of these chapters, it's very challenging. Sometimes you forget that you've lost touch with even, it doesn't sound crazy when you start applying the context of like going through something difficult, like losing a parent or like losing someone in your life. And it's amazing. You kind of phrased it in a way that people do, which is like you start having these baby steps back to like what should be and what is typically normal for you, like what do you call it, like the bar where the pendulum is supposed to be, like the oh my God, there's like a phrase for it, but like your normal should be here.
Your baseline.
Your baseline, that was the word I was thinking of. But sometimes life just knocks you off course so much that it's amazing to like have to then venture back to what should be your baseline. And that's what it sounds like yoga has helped with.
Big time.
And
then it was so funny when I started doing transcendental meditation last year, and after I did this I went through all the lessons that they take you through, and my instructor at the end of it was like, this is samadhi. Like, this is like the enlightenment part of yoga. Like, this specific form of meditation is part of the 8 limbs of yoga. And this is like the last step to enlightenment. So I feel like just meditation has really tied it all together for me too. And that's really helped build really strong resiliency. I've done a lot of stuff in the name of like healing and wellness. And I think that was the one thing that I did where I was like, this is actual witchcraft I'm engaging in. Not really, but like, it felt like magic. It felt just really powerful, this method that you're taught.
And it surprised you, the results that were coming from it?
Yeah.
Are you talking specifically about yoga or transcendental meditation?
Transcendental meditation,
I have no context for this because I've done Headspace a little bit.
Yeah, and I did. Yeah, like Insight Timer is another like meditation app that is really nice.
Yeah.
I've done tons of those, you know, and
But it
they're
sounds
good.
like this is on
They're
a
good.
whole different level.
For me, it was a whole different level.
Yeah.
The technique you're taught just takes you to this really deep place within yourself, and it's kind of amazing to feel that this like level of peace and just have that knowing of like this is all inside of me.
Yes.
This peace I can cultivate
Yes.
at any time I want.
Yeah.
So the effects of that have been really, really amazing for me.
Man, there's a lot. It's so fascinating. There's a lot to unpack there a little bit. I'm not going to name names, but there's a few people in my life right now that I see are just reacting to life. Like life throws some sort of shit at them, and they are just like just knee-jerk reacting to it. And I feel like what you're describing is like practicing a way in which you can be. I'm at a loss for words, but like so much more sophisticated about what you experience in life.
Yeah, I think Benji's classes, I feel like Benji got me on this whole journey on like his like philosophy and the things that will come up in class.
Actually, I
with
can
his
see
daily
this.
ohms and everything.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a little jarring for me because I was like, what are we doing here, guys?
yes, it's like a little, you know, it can feel like a little preachy, but it's really nice and it's a good note to start class on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he was the one, or like just
cracked the door.
Yes, he definitely cracked the door for me, and just that class, we've had so many conversations about like you can choose what you let affect you. You can choose how you perceive things, and you know that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
It's all practice. It's a lifelong practice, but like that group they were the people that really introduced that to me of like, you don't have to let certain things like impact you. You know, it's obviously easier said than done.
I've heard you use this phrase before where like yoga had one of the things, and now it sounds like meditation has really excelled this as well, but like it's all breathing through the pain, like breathing through an uncomfortable moment.
Yeah.
By the way, we don't talk about this much, you know, usually, but like life is not, we are not guaranteed comfort in life.
No. No. And I don't know. I wouldn't want a completely comfortable life. I mean, I would like to be as comfortable as I can make myself, but like I am, you know, I that wouldn't make a very interesting story.
Well, yeah.
If you were just if you were like perfectly comfortable.
I mean,
and there's no adversity. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's I often say too, like life is not meant to be comfortable. So I've been thinking about this of recent. Part of being a human is not being satisfied. Like there's you know, I've heard this expression, but I'm going to take this expression and kind of open it up a little bit. But I've heard religious people, I've heard Christians say, everyone has a God-sized hole in their heart that only God could fill. Okay, so we got fighter jets going over.
Oh.
They come up from Colorado Springs and like just like, and there's
is this part of their little loop?
I think so. They come through so often, and every time I'm racing outside to be like, I want to see. I still kind of childlike. I'm like, oh, I want to see the jets. Clarence and Olive hate the jets. But usually and for a while, I believe Ukrainians were here training with U.S. Air Force, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they'll go from Colorado Springs to, there's an Air Force base out close there to DIA.
Oh.
Anyways, back to this conversation about God.
Okay. Back to God.
So there's this expression in Christianity that everyone has a God-sized hole in their heart that can only be filled by God. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
But I would say that the truth here that is undisputable is that we all have a hole in our heart that is not actually intended to be filled. Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't survive as a species, if we weren't constantly wanting to
That's true.
have things better and constantly yearning towards, like, this isn't right. This is uncomfortable. We have to try this. There's a survival mechanism in us that is meant to make us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I do agree.
With that in
yeah.
mind, then the question becomes, how do you deal with discomfort? And again, I see so many people in my life that are like, shit is thrown at them and they just have a spasm over it. Like and it's like a sophisticated person would be able to just go, I can choose to let this affect me or not.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's an absolute 100% choice in how you address the uncomfortability.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't allow themselves to, like, I don't know. I don't think that we do a good job at acknowledging our own feelings sometimes. If you are faced with a challenging situation or something that straight up sucks, and you're upset, just, I think, taking that moment to say, yeah, this sucks, I'm upset, and I'm allowed to feel upset. Doesn't mean it has to, like, derail me for the whole day, but, like, I'm upset. That's valid.
Yeah.
Like, validating yourself,
Yes.
I think, is really important. And I think that's why a lot of people go to therapy, because therapy, like, you have someone who is validating those feelings that you're having. And
Yes.
that's, I think, what makes a lot of people feel better. They're like, oh, yeah, these feelings I'm having are real.
Yes.
And just acknowledging them allows you to move past them a little bit better. But I think that we try to deny. I did a really bad job at, or something I did that a therapist one time said to me is, you're shoulding all over yourself, because I would be like, I shouldn't feel this way. Like, I shouldn't be so reactive.
Wow.
Why am I letting this impact me?
Whoa.
And they're like, that's not helping you. Like, you're allowed to be upset. Acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of step one.
Yes.
And then you can make a choice on, okay, yeah, this is how I feel. This is valid.
Yes.
What am I going to do about it?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, wow. It's interesting. I've been so caught up in, like, trying to achieve things in life of recent, trying to, like, I gotta, like you were talking about before we started rolling, was like, it's crazy how, like, I needed a certain amount of money just to not be completely at the mercy of brokenness.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, my aspirations of what I want to do. If I could, be an artist that could, if I could be an artist that could create these types of things. And then there's, like, all of this baggage that I carry from, like, my experience as a child and, like, bringing into adulthood and, like, how life has actually turned out for me as an actual adult, like what that feels like. There's just so much. I could definitely spend some time with a therapist.
Yeah, I mean, they're helpful.
This, I like 100. Everything you're saying to me right now, I'm like, oh man, I could easily take some I could definitely benefit from, like, diving into this a little bit more myself personally, just with my own time, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Took a quick little break, and of course we're talking about cats.
Yeah.
We
always gotta.
I love people who love cats, and I have this whole philosophy. Dogs get too much, like, cat owners get shit on too much.
A little bit, you know,
Like a cat isn't as sophisticated as a dog, and that is not true.
I don't think that's true.
It
no.
is not true.
I mean, sure. I guess where that really comes from, I think, is dogs have had jobs that have helped humans, but so have cats.
Have
you know,
they?
I mean, you know, barn cats. Their job is to catch the mice.
Bingo, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, my whole thing on this is like there's absolutely a difference between cat people and dog people, and I'm going to be harsh about this because dog people are super harsh on cat people.
Yeah, they had it coming.
I'm going to be harsh about this. Dog people need an animal or some entity that looks at them as if they're God. That's a weakness in dog people. It takes a strong human being to own a little creature that thinks they are a God. And I think that says something better about cat people. Cat people are not in need of feeling that sort of importance.
Yeah. No, I've heard that theory before too, and you know, people will say like having like a man with a cat is a green flag because he understands consent. Like, like
a green flag.
A green flag. Because you know you can't force a cat to do anything. You know you gotta respect the cat.
No.
It is funny though when I see a cat on the street though.
Yeah.
I am like now kind of like. I turn into a man that like can't take no for an answer when I see a cat on the street. I'm like, oh, come here, kitty. This kitty wants nothing to do with me. It's running away. But I'm like, oh, come here. And I'm following it around. I'm being all creepy towards this poor cat.
I am not, you know, I spent some time in the Florida Keys, and they have a serious cat problem down
They have a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Isn't that where the Hemingway house is?
Yeah. Well, you know, all the Florida Keys has a sort of, but yes, the six-toed cats are very popular around Hemingway's house. There are caretakers. You can adopt one.
Whoa, a six-toed cat.
But there's kind of the rougher side of it, which is some of the Keys are they have a stray cat problem.
Okay.
And that's sad because the population can get out of control and then no one's caring for them, and now you have a bunch of
we don't want them to be like rodents out there.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, my love for Clarence is out of control.
Bear.
I freaking love that cat so much.
He's wonderful. He's perfect.
So
where is Claire Bear?
He's upstairs.
He's snoozing.
He is getting prepared to show himself off.
He's getting ready for cocktail hour.
That's right. He is just preparing himself to be the center of attention here shortly. Let's see. So, how about this movie we shot?
Man, it was so much fun.
How about this, huh?
Yeah. It was so beautiful.
Wasn't it freaking great? Well, come on, dude. Look at this.
We saw so many rainbows while shooting this movie. Over the course of multiple shoot dates. It was crazy.
Yeah. I just completed the deleted scene for Josh, this poor guy.
Oh, good.
Josh is such a great person.
Mountain Man.
This photo has become like the thing of like my mantra of like, look, man, independent filmmaking. I don't understand. Like we are independent filmmaking,
and this independent as you get. Yes.
This photo is like such a symbol of like. You either have relationships in Hollywood, or you have a ton of money, or you have a corporate entity backing you, like HBO or something like this, and they're great. And White Lotus is phenomenal. Have you been watching White Lotus?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. But what about all the people outside of that? That would be us. Here in the beautiful state of Colorado. Anyways, this photo has become like has meant a lot over time. What was the worst part about filming this movie, you think?
The worst part. I mean,
Where's
you
this
created a
photo's
pretty good
fun.
my tent. You created a really good experience for us though. And everyone, I mean, Wolf and Asa were just so fun to work with. Maybe the bugs.
Oh, the bugs were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God. My God.
And if that's like the worst thing, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. However, they were pretty bad.
They were pretty bad.
Okay, so
there's that scene of me where
on the phone. That's the one I was going to show.
And okay, yeah, but we'll see it. But there's just the bug on my face, and I'm so focused.
So we're watching this on the Joyrec website. This scene is, to me, outstanding. I mean, it's outstanding. Let's just watch it and let's talk about it.
I will stab you in the throat. I'll kill you.
Alex, stop it!
Go ahead, bring it on. I'll stamp your face in with this crutch.
I'll stab your stupid little neck pillow.
Alex, put it down. Put that fork down. What is wrong with you? Are you crazy? It's just a tent.
No, it's not just a tent. The photo is in there. This is a photo my dad gave me. He wrote on the back. Now it's ruined. And it's your fault!
It was an accident.
It's always an accident. His whole life is an accident. He can't even shit in the woods. It's the most primitive thing known to man.
Alex, calm down.
And you say, help yourself by helping somebody else. But you can't even call your dying mother.
You shut your fucking mouth. You don't know anything about my mother. Okay? You don't know what she did to me, how she treated me. You don't know what I've been through because of her. You don't know anything. You don't know anything at all. Your dad died when you were 12. Big deal. Try having a parent who is still alive who you wish were dead. Now that's a challenge.
I'm going home.
Oh, fine, time to go home. What?
I forgot the keys. When I saw the smoke, I left them up at the top.
Fine.
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 Great scene. God, I just, every time I look at this, every time I see this scene, I'm just like, I can't believe how much I love your acting. I just can't get over it. It never gets old for me. Every time I'm just like watching this person just going, fuck, this is such a beautiful, profound, I just love the performance so, so, so much.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I am a little more critical of myself, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming through for Alice in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, there's just in the beginning and what you see continually seeping through the entire film is just like this level of contempt she has
Yes.
for Alex continues to raise up and
Yes.
up.
It's like she puts up until a line is crossed and then it comes out.
Yeah, like her contempt like just turns into straight up like rage.
Yes.
Because
And
she
she's not
crossed a
wrong.
line.
She is not wrong.
I think it does feel earned because you
Beautiful, yeah.
you do see Alex, you know, being pretty negative consistently and
childish.
not being nice to Derek. And I think that really bothers her, just seeing how he's treating their friend. Like, this is
Yes.
her friend, but she wants them to be friends too.
Yes.
And she wants him to treat their friend well.
Yes.
And he's not doing that. Hasn't been doing that. Derek is not everyone's cup of tea. Certainly not Alex's for most of the film,
Yeah.
at least. Makes me happy that they do kind of
Derek
become solid.
gives us the opportunity to see who these other two people are, right? Like how it's as if it was just the two of them, you would never understand who they are. It's bringing this third person in who's is going to, now I don't want to say difficult, but will cause them to like kind of show what's behind the curtain of who they are as people.
Yeah.
Is fun to watch that develop. And I really love that you said it's deserved. Like she has earned the right to put someone in their place.
Yes. I don't think she was, she's not like super innocent either. I think that's kind of
How so?
well, she's not super nice to him. I think she, like in the beginning, you see that she's putting him to work a little bit with like getting Derek groceries.
Yes.
She's like, oh, Alex will get those for you, won't you, Alex? Yeah, just text Alex. Not
Yes.
asking Alex like, can you do this? Are you
Yeah.
okay with this? Would you be able to, like, I think this would be a good opportunity for you to help out Derek.
Yeah.
Like she's really putting, like she wants Alex to be a certain way, and she's really kind of forcing that. And that's not like the nicest thing to do to a person.
I thought you were actually referring to the fact that she does have skeletons in her closet
Well, yeah, the whole like,
with her mother.
yeah. I mean, I think that's a little more complicated.
Yes.
I don't think, yeah. I think that she wanted to be there
Yes.
for her mom, but it was just really painful. And
Yes.
I think what's relatable about that is, like you have these deals that you make with yourself, or like these like little pep talks, or like you change your mindset about something. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I can do this. I'm going to do this. Like,
Yeah.
but then like you have another thought later on that like will make you abandon that whole better way of thinking that you've built up. I feel like there was a battle constantly with that, and I think that she tried.
Yeah. Man, I love the way you just put, you make deals with yourself. And then you find yourself later down the road having to break those deals you made with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be another thought, or another, like, you remember something, like, oh, that did happen. Screw, like, no, I'm not going through with
Yeah.
this. Or
Yeah.
you could have a conversation with someone, or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
and something gets triggered and you're like, nope, bad
Yeah.
idea, silly idea.
Yeah.
Knew I shouldn't have done this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think she wants to get there, though. I think that she wanted to be the kind of person to be able to handle
Yes.
this, but I think
Yes.
she was still really
Well, she
hurt
also
by
has
things.
very much the right not to. She very much has, as you say, like earned the right not to be there for someone who treated her, as, awfully.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think that she was necessarily like in the wrong
Yes.
in that regard.
Yeah.
But I think with certain things, when it came to like the relationship with Alex, like you can kind of see, like you can tell from the very start, this is a frayed
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy. In many ways, the story isn't. We see a lot of movies made where it's like, all right, here's the stakes. Someone's got a bag of money, and they found it, but it belongs to this other person. There's all these kind of. I really enjoy movies that just very subtly look at someone and examines them.
So you asked if I was watching White Lotus. Are you
Yeah,
watching White
absolutely.
Lotus?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember which
I didn't watch
actors.
the last episode.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But man, it's so good. And something that one of the actors on that show said is that Mike White has a really great way of creating these characters that are never 100% right and they're never 100% wrong
I heard
either.
this. Yes.
And
yes.
I think you see that a little bit in
Yes.
the characters that you created.
Yeah, and it's such a human thing too that like we all are. We paint ourselves in these situations of like we don't make mistakes, but my Jesus, we all.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all. Yeah, it's like we're all, man. Well, like you said, so beautifully put. You make deals with yourself, and then you get down the road and you realize you can't. You have to break that deal, or something like that. You know what I mean? We're all put into these positions in which life is messy. Life is messy.
Can be.
Which all kind of goes back to your point too of in yoga and meditation of like a lot of times you can't control what's happening, but you can control your response to what's happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's the practice. That's been the practice for me is like how do I become less reactive?
Yeah, and more. Yes, like man, I've heard this. I think this is popular. I hate going out on a limb and saying dumb things and then going, oh, that's not right. But I believe in Judaism, there's this idea of there's like the human reaction is kind of like you could compare it to like a donkey. There's just all of these visceral things of like I'm hungry, I want this, and and then there's
we
like
are animals at the end of the day.
and then there's this like intellectual side of us that go, no, I'm going to tamper this down. I'm going to make these decisions. I'm going to think. So there's like sort of like this animalistic side of all of us. And then there's like this like more intellectual like side of us that of reason. Yeah. But that animal part of us is still very real, right? Like we get jealous, we get angry. Someone cuts us off and we think they are obviously evil.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you deal with that? How do you tamper that down? Maybe legitimately you have someone at work that's trying to undercut you,
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this is totally different, but like I had food poisoning recently coming back from Ireland.
Oh no, not from the greatest breakfast place in Dublin.
No, it was not. Definitely not from
Okay.
them. I think it was just a strange sandwich I had in the
Probably at Heathrow.
Iceland airport.
There we go. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's some other country.
No, it was Iceland. I'm pretty sure Chase and I we went down bad. It was...
Both of you.
Yes, we shared this sandwich that I
oh boy.
believe was the culprit. Yeah, no, it was really bad. Like happening on the plane. Like,
Oh, no.
And then like, yeah, I was humbled in Denver airport. I got so sick, could not make it to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
I made it to a trash can, but still, like I'm hurling in this trash can.
You
and
are joking at DIA.
Yeah, there's
People going by.
they're like. They're like, ew. Yeah, no, it was terrible. And for the next like 36 hours, it was just awful.
Oh my God.
We were down for the count. But when I face challenges now, I always look at like, I'm able to like reconcile like why this had to happen. Like, this is what I'm learning from this. Like, and even if it's like, I don't know what the lesson is right now, but like, I trust that there is a reason why I'm going through this, not so great experience. Like having a challenge at work. I think that those things are, they teach you things about yourself. And the food poisoning though, I'm like, I don't understand why this had to happen. I don't get it. This was terrible. I hated it. And it was just such it was, 36, but it took days after to like really feel
To recover fully.
okay again and to like be able to eat things and not feel nauseous.
Dang, that sounds like a bad one.
It was bad.
Oh man, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's end on you Ralphing in a DIA garbage can. What terminal were you at? A, B, or C, you think?
Baggage. I was on my way out of the airport. I was about to call the Uber, right?
Yeah.
And we were like,
Were you just like, I bet you were like green in the face and just like, oh.
well, I found like one of those vending machines that have like your over-the-counter medicines in them. So I found like Pepto-Bismol in there, and I'm like, good, this is what I need right now. I need some Pepto, and I'll be able to like ride home in this Uber. But no, I have these like Pepto tablets, and immediately Chase came out of the bathroom. He's also not doing great, and he's walking towards our bags, and I was just like, I gotta go. and I'm walking, and I like hand over my mouth, like trying to like keep everything in.
God.
It was bad. So yeah, that happened, and I don't even like go to the bathroom after that. I just like go back to Chase, and I'm like, let's get out of here. And then of course, like I almost threw up in the Uber too. And this driver was so sweet. He was so confused. He's just like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like, I just don't feel well. I just need you to pull over, like just for a second. I'm so sorry.
Are you joking? So you pulled over?
Yeah, and then I got sick again, and this driver was so concerned. He like comes out of the car, and Chase is like, like, oh my God, like he's also like, they're like over me, like, oh my God, are you okay? And this guy's like, should I call 911?
Oh
And
my God.
I was like,
absolutely not.
no, I have food poisoning. Like, we do not need to call 911. It was like a really sweet response, though. He was concerned.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have not been that sick since COVID. I think COVID was the last time I was that sick. To the point of like, I'm like debilitated.
Yeah, I was crazy debilitated. I don't think I've ever had COVID.
You had COVID.
You think so?
You had COVID. Everyone.
I'm sure, but if I did, I didn't know.
What's the asymptomatic?
Yeah.
You probably just didn't show the sign. I feel like COVID just ripped through everybody.
At least once. Yeah. But, I mean, not that I know of.
Crazy. Isn't it crazy we lived through a global pandemic? Who would have thought that? I mean,
know.
in hindsight, it's like, of course that was destined to happen. But,
Think so?
having gone, well, I mean, there's been so many pandemics throughout, for hundreds of years, some strain like rips through, and the Black Plague or whatever, right?
Right? Yeah.
How horrible that's where the weird, do you know the mask with the, it looks a little bit like a gas mask, and it has two like glass windows for the eyes, and then it looks like a bird's beak coming out. What they used to do is put I think flowers or some sort of herb in that, thinking that was purifying the air that the person was breathing. That beak served as like the housing of some sort of flower or herb.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's twisted.
I don't know about this.
Hold
I'll
on.
have to look into this. This beak
Black.
mask.
Black plague. Oh my God. Mask. There it is right there.
Yeah, that looks...
Bingo. Those were legit. That's what people would wear to try to keep themselves healthy. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Man, imagine the CDC making you wear that thing.
We're all like bumping into each other. And we're like...
Yeah, like we couldn't handle a cloth over our mouth. Like imagine that. Like you gotta wear, you gotta look like a bird.
There would be all the
giant scary bird.
There'd be all the bird people upset at the non-bird people, and
That would have maybe been a little more fun.
What would I got a history? There's got to be one thing. Garments, but I know they used to put stuff in here. 145,000 people
wait.
killed.
King Louis VIII of France. He developed an outfit made of Moroccan goat leather. Okay.
Isn't that wild?
There was a whole plague fashion.
Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Jennifer, thank you so much. Thank you for being an awesome person.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing such a great job. I'm so glad. What a wonderful experience to work with you on a professional, creative level and just become a friend with you. It's been amazing. It's been delightful.
It has been delightful. It was the best acting experience I could have asked for. It was so much fun. And yeah, I'm definitely proud I was part of it.
Oh man. It just feels so great to have people that I look at and I'm like, I'm so proud of it. Whether this movie ends up being successful or not, I'm just so proud of the work and I'm so grateful I got to work with the people that I did. That this group of people came together and made this happen.
Yeah.
And it was something I could
special.
see take off.
Yeah.
How many times did you and/or Wolf go, I think this scene would be like this? And I'd be like, yes.
Yes.
That sounds cool. Let's do that. You know what I mean? It was a beautifully collaborative thing.
It was. Without ever, there are a lot of changes that were made that you had to make creatively, like the decision to change with Mountain Man, with Josh and everything.
Yeah.
That was tough. But then the smaller things that we had to improvise along the way, like when I forgot my jacket that one time, and
but that beautiful image of you in a blanket, I thought that was, oh man.
Yeah. You captured Colorado beautifully in this movie.
One of the greatest compliments, and Benji said this, is being from Colorado. He's like, this is a great Colorado movie. It's something that if you're a native to Colorado, or this, it touches on something so specifically Colorado.
Like the joke about camping in Utah. We were watching this with Chase's mom, and she was like, is that something that you guys do, that you say? And Chase was like, yeah. That is a uniquely Colorado joke there.
Yeah, it's a little upset. It's kind of a downer that a lot of things would be lost on people not from Colorado. But it's just a few things, dispersed camping. All my friends from Chicago are like, what? What? What's the difference between camping's camping? It's kind of not in a concrete jungle, getting out of the concrete jungle and sleeping outside. That's called camping.
Yeah.
But in Colorado, you have all these different tiers of camping.
Dispersed camping where you can't see another soul.
Alpine camping.
Yeah.
Hiking camping. Just the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Delightful, and thank you.
Thank you.